Hey, all you Beatle fans, how you doing? It's Joe here. I'm going to look at Mother Nature's Son today. Quite a difficult song, quite challenging, but with a little bit of practice and diligence, hopefully you'll get it. It took me a long time to feel kind of comfortable playing it and teaching it, so just hang in there. Related to that, some of you have asked me to put up tabs and chords for some of the songs that I do, and the reason I really don't do that is just because it takes such a long time to do the tabs, so I'm really sorry about that. Instead, I hope that I'm playing the song slow enough and with enough detail that you'll be able to get it. So once again, sorry about that. But let's take a look at the song, and we're going to be starting with D. And most of the song we're going to be playing with this D string over here and the high E string. We're going to be plucking those the whole time. You notice that I'm using my first and third finger just because I learned a little trick from Brian Setzer. He puts his pick on his first finger and holds it there so that way he can kind of play the guitar and like strum the guitar and then also pick. But of course Sir Paul basically uses his thumb and index finger to play his songs, and when he plucks, and this is what you're going to be doing. Okay, so that's his strumming style. He's plucking these two strings, the D string and the E string, and then strumming. So before you try this song, just make sure you got that strumming pattern down and you feel really comfortable because you're going to be using it throughout the entire song. Okay, but when you watch me do the video, of course, I'll be using my first and third finger, which might look a little bit strange, but so keep doing that. Okay, let's get into the song. Let's look at the lead into the song. It's going to start here on it with the D chord, and then you're going to take your pinky and put it on the 4th fret of the G string. And you're just going to pluck that G string. And then you're going to hit the top 2 strings, the B and the E. And now we're going to play here. And the top 2 strings again. Move the first finger down to the 1st fret on the G string. And then, and now you're going to hit the low E. Alright? So once again, okay, remember that pattern because we're going to use it later on for the verse. Now, just before the song actually begins, there's another little, lead in. So let's take a look at that. I'll play it one time and then we'll break it down. Okay, so as you see, we're basically playing a D chord and we're just moving our pinky down and then, lifting up our 3rd finger. Before I just show you how to play that exactly, let me just show you the notes. 5th fret, 3rd fret, then open, then 3rd and 2nd, and then open and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd, then open and 2nd, and open and 2nd again. Alright, so D chord, stretch your pinky all the way to the 5th fret. I know it's tough, takes a little bit of practice. Okay, and once again we're doing the pluck and strum. And then 3rd fret, open, open E, and then 3rd and 2nd. And now open and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd, open and 2nd. Again. So this is, let's run through it one time just to make sure it is okay. We'll do it nice and slow. Well, let's take a look at the actual verses now, and We'll begin with a D chord, and of course always plucking the D string, and then the high E string, and then strumming. Okay, now the way I play it is like this. Okay, so all I'm doing is just moving this pinky down to the 3rd fret when it needs to be, so. Okay, I've seen other people play just a little bit differently. The D, and then the 2nd chord, instead of the D sus, they're playing a G. Okay, so that's basically a G bar chord, but we're only playing the top 2 strings, the B and the E, and the 2nd finger over here on the 4th fret of the G string. So. Now they sound identical. It's very, very hard to tell the difference. I've listened to the anthology. There's a version of it there. I think it's called Mother Nature's Son Take 2. And I can't really hear which one Paul is doing, but however, I can't really hear him sliding up to the G. I can't hear this. It sounds perfectly fine, but I just play it this way. So it's up to you to choose which way you like. That's the way I'm doing it. And let's continue. So. Now we're going to take our pinky and put it over here on the 4th fret of the G string. And we're going to play now the G string and strum. Lift up the pinky. So now we're playing this note here. Move the 1st finger down to the 1st fret. And now the open E at the bottom, and strum. Okay, so. Alright, so from the top. Alright, just to point out something, that in the first verse is the only time where we stay on that open E, but the rest of the song, the other verses, we're going to do an ascending bass, and he does. Okay, so that's open E, slide from the 2nd to the 4th on the E string, play the 2nd fret of the A string, and the 2nd fret of the D string. So, first time it's. With the rest of the song, it's going to be. Okay. Like that. Okay, just remember that. And now let's look at the next part of the song. Alright, so the next part is going to be played like on an A chord. We're going to bar the top 4 strings with our 1st finger and take our pinky and put it over here on the E string, 5th fret. And now we're going to be playing different notes with our thumb. We're going to play A note over here, A string. And we're going to be plucking the B string now. And we're also going to be using our 2nd finger to go up and down on the 3rd fret. Oh, sorry. And the strumming pattern changes a little bit, so we're going to be going. So pluck once, and then strum. Put the finger down, the 2nd finger down here, and then pluck those 2 again. And then open it. Put it down. So. And then it's going to go to the next part. And now let's take a look at the last part of the verses. The chords are D, then D minor 7th. So that's covering the first two strings with your first finger, and then the second finger over here on the second fret of the G string, D minor 7th. And then slide that up to the third fret, so we have that G chord, once again covering the first two strings here on the third fret, and the second finger over here on the G string, fourth fret, and back to D. Okay, so we have now to do the pinky, so we're going to be going down and up with the pinky on the third fret, D minor 7th, put the pinky down here on the third fret, and now slide everything up to the third fret, and then play that G chord, put the pinky down and up, okay, so you see how this kind of note doesn't have to be played when it gets here because it's going to be sliding. The tone is going to carry. So there we go. Sorry, once again. And then okay, so one more time. Alright, so I'll run through what we have so far, and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, and then it goes on. Alright, well that's not so bad. Alright, let's move on. And now let's take a look at the middle of the song, the link, the do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'll play it one time a little bit slow, and then I'll break it down into its parts. So. So let's break it down. We'll start on the D chord, and we are going to pluck the D string and the E string always. Okay, so D chord, pinky down on the third fret, fifth fret, D chord, third fret pinky, fifth fret, slide up to the seventh fret, play a D chord. We're plucking the D and the E string here. Now we're going to pluck the D and the B. And then a D chord up here. Like that or like that. That's the first finger. on the 5th fret of the E string, 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the B string, and pluck the D string and the high E, and then strum. Stay there, pluck the D and the E again, go down to the D chord, 3rd fret, 5th fret, slide up to the 7th fret, D chord up here, pluck the D and the B strings, and then this D chord again. But now we're going to have to add the pinky on the 7th fret, so it's going, okay, so it looks like this. Then we're going to slide this note down 1 fret, so we have like a minor chord. Plucking the D and the high E string. Still going up and down, or down and up with our pinky on the 7th fret. We're going to slide down one more note, so now we're going to bar the top 3 strings with our 1st finger, and our ring finger is going to cover the 7th fret of the B string, and we're going to pluck the D and the E again. Going down and up again on the 7th fret. Now we're going to pluck the D and the E string as the pinky goes down and up one more time. And now we're going to go to that G chord as before, covering the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret and the 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. Now the pinky is going to be going down and up on the 5th fret. So, and then we're going to just bar the top 3 strings here on the 3rd fret, plucking the D and the E string. Once again, pinky down and up on the 5th fret here, and then the D chord. Ending with that sus for that phrase. Okay, so let's look at it just one more time. Next, we're going to take a look at the second guitar part, which comes in late in the song. It's got a nice melodic line there, which accompanies the main acoustic guitar. So we'll take a look at that. It's quite nice. Before we do that, just wanted to let you know that as we get to the end of the song does end on a D chord. However, on the album, there's a horn playing, and the horn gives it a D7 sound. That note is sounded. So what we can do to end the song is end on a D7. So we'll go. Instead of going to a D chord, go to a D7. Okay, now let's take a look at the kind of second guitar solo. Alright, one last thing. We'll just take a look at the second guitar part that happens at the end of the song. It's kind of like an accompaniment and quite nice. So I'll run through it one time and then I'll break it down. Alright, so for this part we'll start here with the 2 strings, 4th fret on the D string and 2nd fret on the G string. Okay. Now we have the 5th fret on the D string and the 2nd fret of the G string. And then again. And now 4th fret of the D string, 2nd fret G string, slide up to the 7th fret of the G string. Let's do it nice and slow. Alright, now we're going to be up here, the D string at the 9th fret and the E string at the 10th fret. We're going to be plucking those two twice. Well, let me just show you the 3 kind of chords. So this is the first one. We're going to slide. So now we have the E string at the 9th fret and the D string at the 7th fret. And then we're going to slide down again. So now we have the E string at the 7th fret and the D string at the 6th fret. So okay, and now we're going to use our pinky as well, so let's pluck it twice here. And then alright, we'll bring that nice and close. So then we'll move to the bottom of the guitar and do that ascending bass like we did earlier in the song. And now we're going to be playing 2 strings at the same time. We're going to be playing the open E, open A, and we're going to be doing a descending pattern with the other fingers. So these are the notes for the descending pattern, starting on the 5th fret of the B string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret of the G string, open, and then the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd fret, and then we're going to go on to the next part. But let's put those two together. So we have the open A string, and this is it. So, oh, sorry. And finally, to complete this section, we're going to go to the D string, play it open, and then slide from the 2nd fret of the D string to the 4th fret, and then hit the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay. From there, we're going to go to the 5th fret using 2 strings, the G string and the E string. And we're going to pluck those together. And then we're going to slide down, and we're going to play the G string at the 2nd fret and the E string at the 1st fret. Then we're going to slide up to the 7th fret, the G at the 7, the E at the 7. Then we're going to slide down, so we have the G at the 4th fret and the E at the 3rd fret. Then we're going to slide all the way up so that we have the G at the 11th fret and the E at the 10th fret. So let's just look at that last part. All right, well, that's it for this time. As you can see, it's a little bit darker now. The sun has gone down. It took a long time to get this stuff all together. So hope you understand it all and hope you enjoy it, and looking forward to seeing you again. Okay, until next time, we'll see you around. Peace out.